In this video, you will learn the 7 most common mistakes that quietly hold pickleball players back and how to correct them using better positioning, shot selection, and decision-making. We'll break down footwork at the kitchen, when to slow the game down, how depth controls points, and why smarter choices, not harder shots, are what actually move you to the next level. One of the biggest differences between intermediate players and high-level players shows up in a place most people overlook: footwork during dink rallies. Many players struggle here because dinking feels slow and controlled, so they stop being athletic. They stand upright, reach for balls, and stay flat-footed. This mistake shows up in real matches when players feel constantly overwhelmed at the kitchen line. They don't feel balanced, they feel rushed, and they feel like every dink from the opponent puts them on defense. Higher-level players look completely different. They stay lower, remain on the balls of their feet, and move their feet to get behind the ball instead of reaching. This creates balance, stability, and options. From that position, every dink feels like a potential threat because the opponent doesn't know what's coming next. The key details are simple. Stay low in an athletic stance. Stay on your toes, not your heels. Move your outside leg behind the ball. This positioning creates leverage and disguise. A very common problem for players moving up from the baseline is carrying the wrong mindset into the kitchen. They work hard to get forward, and once they arrive, they feel pressure to do something immediately. That pressure leads to overhitting. This mistake shows up when players speed balls up too early, force attacks that aren't there, or try to end points simply because they've reached the kitchen. The irony is that this actually gives pressure away instead of creating it. Higher-level players understand that the kitchen is not about instant offense, it's about building the point. Instead of forcing shots, they soften their grip, slow the ball down, and move opponents side to side with controlled dinks. They wait for combinations to appear naturally: a slightly high ball, a stretched opponent, or a predictable reply. When you slow the game down, pressure builds on your opponent. Over time, they feel the urge to do too much. The kitchen rewards patience, not urgency. At higher levels, depth is non-negotiable. Short serves and short returns quietly give away control before the rally even develops. Players struggle with this because short balls don't always get punished immediately, but against better opponents, they absolutely will. A short serve invites your opponent forward comfortably. A short return gives them a free pass to the kitchen or an easy attacking third shot. In both cases, you're starting the point from behind. The serve is the only shot in pickleball you fully control. That means you should be using it to push opponents back, not welcome them in. The same applies to the return. Higher-level players aim consistently for the back third of the court on both serves and returns. They also aim higher over the net, which improves margin, consistency, and depth all at once. Depth buys you time. Time buys you position. Position wins points. Doubles pickleball is a team game, but many players treat it like two individuals standing on the same side of the court. This mistake shows up when partners play different styles, make conflicting decisions, or hesitate because they don't know what the other person is planning. At the 4 level especially, lack of communication costs more points than missed shots. The fix isn't complicated. Start talking before the point. It doesn't need to be a long conversation. A simple plan like where the serve is going or what you're looking for on the next shot creates alignment. Over the course of a match, these small conversations add up to better positioning, cleaner transitions, and fewer breakdowns. Silence creates confusion. Clarity creates confidence. As games tighten, decision-making matters more. One of the most damaging habits players develop is attacking simply because they feel pressure, not because the ball is right. This mistake usually appears late in games. A player has been patient all match, but when the score gets close, they speed up a ball they shouldn't. They attack while stretched, off balance, or out of position. Higher-level players are extremely selective about when they speed the ball up. They look for 3 things: proper height, good balance, strong positioning behind the ball. If one of those pieces is missing, they stay patient. Attacking from a bad position usually starts a hands battle you're unlikely to win. Waiting for the right ball dramatically increases your odds of controlling the exchange. One of the most limiting habits players develop is avoiding their backhand instead of improving it. This happens because the forehand feels safer and stronger, players start running around their backhand, giving their forehand more reps and their backhand fewer. Over time, the gap between the two sides grows, and opponents notice. At higher levels, opponents will relentlessly target weaknesses. A shaky backhand becomes a liability that controls where you can stand and how you can move. The solution is intentional practice and acceptance. You need to give your backhand reps in all areas of the court: baseline, kitchen, and volleys. The goal isn't perfection, it's stability and confidence. Balanced players don't need elite weapons on both sides. They need reliable tools. The transition zone is one of the most misunderstood areas of the court. Many players get attacked while moving forward and try to counter aggressively from mid-court. At higher levels, this almost never works. The problem is geometry. From the transition zone, your opponents have a large window to hit the ball down at your feet. Even a decent counterattack gives them too much space to respond effectively. Higher-level players treat the transition zone as exactly that, a place to pass through, not fight from. When attacked in this area, they reset the ball softly into the kitchen and continue moving forward. The goal is to arrive at the kitchen line first, then look for hands battles from a strong position. Progress in pickleball doesn't come from fixing everything at once. It comes from awareness and smarter decisions. Pick one of these mistakes to focus on during your next few sessions, and notice how it changes your consistency and confidence. Small adjustments at the right moments lead to big jumps in level. Drop a comment and let me know which mistake you're working on first or where you feel most stuck right now. And if this breakdown helped your game, like the video and subscribe. There's a lot more smart, modern pickleball coming your way.